Thank you for joining us again. This is J.Gerrard show. Thank you everybody for joining us here tonight. We was supposed to been off a couple of weeks, vacationing in June, a whole bunch of other life movements and life situations going on. But glad to be back here with you tonight. I am with my beautiful co-host tonight, Miss Tanya Taylor. Miss Tanya, how have you been? It's been a long time since she was on. I don't know if you guys can remember. We did the was it domestic abuse?
Domestic violence,
And we
yeah.
talked about domestic violence. So I'm glad to have you back. How have you been?
I've been great.
Good.
I've been really great.
It's
Hustling
always good
as
to see you.
usual.
Right.
Hustling as usual, keeping it low key and just moving.
Okay.
But I can't. I'm really happy. I'm really
Right.
happy within myself.
Mm-hmm.
Things that are going on with me and my family. I'm just good.
Everything is
Yeah.
good. That's very good to hear. That's very good to hear. Elijah's not here tonight, y'all. He will be joining us periodically, coming in during the locker room. So he'll be coming in. We're going to be changing up the way things are going on a new schedule. So not going to get into all of that. We'll fill you in on that at a later date. Tonight, we want to talk about something that's we're coming from a transparent place tonight, and we kind of putting it back out there to everyone, all the listeners and everybody that's out there. And we're talking about keeping it 100. And a lot of people hear that terminology all the time, and sometimes we use that, when we know we're about to be rude, well, I don't mean to hurt your feeling, but I'm gonna keep it 100, you know. So sometimes keeping it 100 hurt. We can accept that, that's acceptable. Sometimes it's difficult to keep it 100 because people get their feelings hurt sometimes. People get caught up, in whatever it is that they want to believe. And when you come with truth, it's kind of hard for people to accept it or to sometimes even listen to it. You know what I mean? Because we live in a society now where most people are, it's acceptable to say what's politically correct, to answer whatever gets you past the moment, whether it's true or not. So, and what ended up happening is, and I think we're just living in the age of illusions,
That's it.
I mean, a real thing, you know what I mean?
Fantasy world.
A fantasy world. A fantasy world,
Yeah.
and beyond just like on personal level, you look all the way to the White House, all this stuff that happened September 6th, and they say, oh, well, it didn't happen. It wasn't an insurrection. All the misinformation about the election, it really didn't happen. Biden really didn't win. And, it's just so much illusion out there in the world. So I don't want to make it too personal for y'all. But if we're going to fix it, you're going to have to start with the person in the mirror. You're not going to be able to reach over here and check me and fix me. So what we want to talk about tonight is just keeping it 100 on from a personal perspective, what it is that we mean by keeping it 100, with yourself.
Yeah.
Especially here in Atlanta. We was just into a conversation a few minutes ago before we came on here. Especially here in Atlanta, you get all kind of misrepresentation. And I heard somebody say a long time ago, Tanya, one thing about Atlanta is everybody here got a business card.
Yes.
Right.
And an LLC.
But everybody don't necessarily have a business.
And an LLC.
Right. You know what I mean? And that is one of the things that...
It might not be registered. It might not be registered.
Exactly.
On
But
the depot certificate.
exactly. But we do this and we justify this front. You know what I mean? And we live the front and we sell out and spend all our money on the front and we still ain't got no back. Ain't nothing real to it.
That is what I've been here 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, when I was here when I came in 2000, I was deep in the music, the fashion industry, just everything.
Right.
I was deep in it because I was connected to a young lady that had her own business. She knew who's who of Atlanta.
Right.
So because we were both in the fashion world and we crossed paths because I was a cosmetologist, master cosmetic person.
Okay.
And she introduced me to a lot of people. So I got on to Sony Records to do their makeup for their up and coming, artists and stuff. So that's how come I got in the scene in the 2000s.
Okay.
Let me tell you, that was an eye opener.
Right. Show business.
Yes.
It really
I
is.
saw some things, experienced some things.
Yeah.
I left that scene after about 5 years. I said, I never seen a bunch of pretentious, over the top,
right,
fake ass
Right.
people.
Over celebrated and underdeveloped.
They rent everything, lease everything, don't got shit.
Airbnb.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 That's what I'm telling you. You have to, whenever anybody come to your boat, they having this, that,
Right.
please go do your homework.
Exactly.
But like I said, man,
Go do your homework.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, what you see on the surface is not what's
not what
going
it
on
is.
behind the scenes.
It's
And
not
that
what it
goes
is.
to Facebook too.
Right.
Because they list all these things and credentials
Right.
and stuff, and they have this and they have that and that, and then
Right.
half 90% of it is not true.
90% of it not
so why
true.
you
So
think?
that's
So
another
why do
thing.
you think?
That's a facade.
So
That
why do you think
Facebook
it's
does a
for
lot
both
of
y'all?
that
For
too.
both y'all, why do you think it's done? What do you think is the whole purpose of people putting on?
For publicity. I think people do it because they want to be known and seen as something.
So yeah, and some of them
You
it's
know.
their own shortcomings, their own insecurity.
Right.
You know,
And they don't
want to be
face
seen.
themselves. I mean,
Yeah.
you may start out with a good intention. Okay, I'm a this and this and that. And then you see a little success and you get lost. Sometimes you have to self-correct yourself along the way. You know, but sometimes people, they fail to do that because they don't want to face the man in the mirror.
Yeah, it's
You know,
it's
they
their
don't want, yeah.
shortcomings.
I'm not really out here for the people. I'm out here for the attention
Mhm.
or for the publicity. But they put themselves out like they for the people. You know what I mean? And that's not necessarily what it is. You know, some people just want that ride. We all believe now. I think the microwave you used to have back in the day where a person would set a goal, work toward a goal, accomplish a goal. Now it's like everybody want to become what they want to be overnight. And if you pay attention, they can, you know, overnight, you know, 2 months ago, you wasn't this. And now because of social media, you can recreate yourself overnight. Like you say,
yes,
you can,
that's I tell you that social media is a beast.
yeah,
It is a beast, and it can cause a lot of upheaval.
right.
It really can.
Right. And you
Some
got all
people
these life
misuse
coaches
that.
coming out here and these people behind the scenes. And see, that's where I say that's where it gets dangerous.
Yes.
When you have people saying, okay, well, I'm out here and I'm here to guide. And, you know, you have all these guys telling women, you know, well, don't let this man this and this and that. And then come to find out he all over the place with his woman.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The Derek Jacksons.
The Derek Jackson.
Right. In the world. So,
And
you
a
know,
lot of these pastors too.
a lot of the
That's not-
pastors
that's
too.
Say that. Say that again.
A lot of these pastors.
Not even.
Right. Right.
One more time. A lot of you. Thank you very much.
Say a lot of the pastors too.
Pastors too.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Atlanta is known for it.
It is known for it. It is known for it. But I think this, and this is just on to kind of take the conversation to another level too. When we neglect truth
Yeah.
of basically who you are and what you were created for, and when you're out of line with it, then it is easy for you to align yourself with a lie. But that don't mean that like you just totally powerless against it. You can at any point, you know, begin to speak the truth and begin to acknowledge the shortcomings in your life. That's the beginning of the change.
Well, yeah, and you see,
You know.
if you're allowing to accept and take responsibility
Right.
for the lies you have told, or the facade you put up,
Right.
I think people will be more responsive to you in that way if you could come clean.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
All you have to do is come clean, because one thing my mother told me:
Mhm.
if you're gonna lie, you're gonna take another lie to back up that lie, and then back
Exactly.
up that other lie.
Exactly.
Why would you want to do that? That's too much headache.
Exactly.
Like, that's why I believe in just being upfront, raw,
And
and tell the truth.
I also
Exactly.
I also believe too, you know, when you young, you lie.
Right.
You lie. When you
Yeah.
young, you don't get in no trouble. You got somebody to face.
Right.
But we grown.
Mm-hmm.
We
Grown
grown ass
folks.
people.
What? Right.
So who
what are
finna
the
whoop you?
repercussions? Right.
Who gonna ground you?
Right.
How you gonna get in trouble by telling somebody the damn truth about who you really are?
Just being
Right.
upfront and real.
What you
Right.
really got? Who you really are?
Right. What your struggles
what kind of
really
mo-
are, even if you are struggling.
But
Jay,
that's what I'm saying. If you
Jay, let me
come
ask you a question real
out
quick. Right now,
truthfully.
let's say I know Tanya spoken for, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say for instance Tanya was single, right?
Mhm.
And you met Tanya at a dinner table.
Okay.
If Tanya say, you know what, Jay, I'm in between work. I lost everything in my 401k because I had to use it to get by.
Mhm.
I went through a bad divorce. Are you gonna get up from the table and walk away?
No.
You know why? Because you're a man.
Right.
A man is not scared to fix a female.
Right.
These females do not understand in their brain. It's okay.
Right.
You can be going
Right.
through something in life. If you're
Right.
not the next model, that's okay.
Right.
If you don't have your 401k bill past 6 figures,
Right.
that's okay.
Right.
Like they just can't be real with themselves.
Right.
Even the men.
And let me tell you something.
Even the men.
You hit
If
the nerve too.
even the men,
Yeah,
you know,
brothers do it too.
you know, if you make a $13 hour job,
Right.
which is cool,
Just be upfront and
be
truthful
up
Right.
front.
about it.
Don't go by the J's and say
Right.
you got 5,000, 6,000 stacked up, whatever it may be. Be who you are.
Exactly.
That's why I tell you what, when I met my dude, and I was going through a rough time, I did not want to be in a relationship. I did not want to even date nobody. I just wanted to do me because I was trying to get back on my feet. And I told him, I said, look, I don't want to be in a relationship because I don't really feel like I have anything to contribute because I'm really not going to be there 100%, just emotionally, mentally, and whatever else that you might want. Because I'm trying to rebuild myself.
Right.
But he insists on staying around and stuff. But you know what he said to me? Because I told him exactly what's going on.
Right.
And then I figured that would deter him. It didn't.
Right.
Actually, it did the opposite.
Exactly.
Because I was truthful with him.
Exactly.
I said, look, this is
We're
what's
afraid
going
of the
on.
truth.
Yeah. This is what and like I tell you,
Right.
I don't see why I need to lie
Right.
about something like that.
Exactly.
But he was so persistent in wanting to be with me and date me and stuff.
Right.
I said, look, this is what's going on, why I feel like I don't need to be in a relationship right now.
Exactly.
And I was upfront with him, and he said, you know what?
Mhm.
You are the first woman that is so truthful.
Right.
Like I've never had somebody tell me
Exactly.
that this is not going on in my life. I'm suffering from this.
Right.
My finance is not
Right.
right. And
And see,
everything.
anything less
Yeah.
than the truth wouldn't have been sufficient.
So when he said
Yeah.
he that's what he said, you know,
Mhm.
I have to commend you.
Yeah.
You're the first
You
female
spoke the
ever
truth.
tell me the truth.
Right.
And he said that made you more intriguing to
Right.
me.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Mhm.
I think
I
there's
don't see
nothing
nothing
wrong
wrong
with
with it.
there's
Uh-huh.
nothing wrong with it if you're a man and you feel like if I rolled up on here's another scenario. If I rolled up on you and you were at a restaurant and I come up to the bar and you there, okay, and I see you got and I know I'm an average, like you say, I'm making $11 an hour. And I see you sitting here with Gucci shoes on and the bag and all this and that. And, you know, I was this woman that's used to a lot more than what I can afford. You know what I mean? But the logical approach would be to speak your truth.
Yep.
Now, don't necessarily,
I
I would say
respect
to
that
a
more.
brother, don't count yourself out.
You see,
But
that's the thing
definitely,
a lot of men
there's a
do.
difference. There's a
Yeah,
difference. They
a
count
lot of
themselves
men
out.
do that.
Don't be
And
intimidated.
that's why I'm saying,
Right.
it seems so funny because I met a lot of men who have told me that
Mhm.
that they were afraid to even say anything to me because the way I carried myself.
Mhm.
I look like money.
Right.
I carry myself like
Right.
money.
Like, you know,
But
she
and I
got
said,
to
but
get-
did I,
Right.
when you were talking to me, did I portray myself like what you thought I would be?
Right.
He's like, no, you're
Right.
very down to earth.
Right.
I never expect
Right.
that.
Right.
And I am extremely
Mhm.
down to earth.
Mhm.
But like I said, if a man is going to tell me his truth, that to me is intriguing too.
Right.
I'd rather you tell me my truth. Let me be the one to make the decision if I want to talk to you and
Right.
I want to extend a date with you.
Right.
But don't come at me in a different way in the
Mhm.
sense where you feel like, oh, I'm not going to talk to you.
Exactly.
Because I
You
might
have to
really
be
click
exactly
with you.
who you are.
Yeah.
You honestly have to be exactly who you are. I've been in a situation with a female where we've been out on a date and the question came to me, was like, were you really kind of, feeling me? And I mean, the honest truth was no. Like, I feel like we could be good friends, but I really wasn't feeling anything beyond that. And but you have to be free to say that. You have to be free to speak your truth, no matter what that situation is.
Absolutely.
And see, there is this thing in society, and this is talking about everything, living in the age of illusions. No religion, no scripture, no verses, no song, no nothing is going to fully constrain your will, who you are. That person that stands in the mirror knows and can be well versed in Bible, in scripture, in spirituality, and all of these things. But if you are not willing to make that step forward, none of those things will constrain you. You can know all of those things. And I think that's where a lot of people get thrown off. Like, oh, well, these, like you mentioned earlier, a lot of the preachers doing this and that. You can know all of those things. And you could have practiced them your whole life, but you will not become them because that is not what those things are tools. Those things are tools that teach you about who you are. They can shine light in on who you are. But you actually have to know the person, and you are the witness. You are the person that's going to know when you lie.
Of course. I mean, how do you go to bed at night time lying about
Right.
your life?
Exactly.
Because you have involved people in your life, and
Exactly.
then how you think that's fair to them?
Exactly.
Like, how can you go sleep at night when
Mhm.
you have created such a lie and illusion about yourself,
Right.
and then have people so close knit with you?
Right. And we even make these same illusions. Oh, well, that's the devil. The devil is no, this is you.
No, this
And that's
is
what I'm
you.
saying. If you looking in this mirror, this is all of this stuff you may know about. But if you're not making the decision to change the behavior or to walk in the truth, that is you. You
And
can
that
call it
shall
the
come to
devil,
the end one day.
and it shall come to the end one
What's in the
day.
dark
You
will
know,
come to light.
and that's the whole thing, because when you and another thing is, energetically you can say what you want,
Mhm.
but what you will bear fruit to will be the reality. You can walk around singing lemon all day, but if you're a plum,
Preach, Aaron.
if you're a plum tree, you gonna eventually the plum's gonna show up,
I'm
and everybody's
telling
gonna be
you.
like, "What happened to the lemons?"
Karma is a hell of a thing.
It is.
Energy,
Yeah.
be careful how you deal with your energy,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because what you give out there is going to come back to you.
Right.
So
And when you say energy, what do you mean by that? So, because I don't want to lose anybody on that, because a lot of people say, well, you saying energy and this and that. And I know for different circles, in
Mhm.
religious circles, it say, and I'll give it to, they say, abide in the spirit. So you don't fulfill the lust of your flesh. There's a higher self and a lower self. And when you abide in your spirit, you're in a different energy. Than you are when you are in your lower self. Just so we don't get lost in that. And all of that being a part of who you are.
Mhm.
And how do you discern people? How do you, because we all possess the ability to know. I mean, I know I've been talking to some people, and as soon as they start talking, I'm like, man, they lying. The witness inside of me, you know what I mean? You know. And soon as they, you know what I mean?
And I
see-
surely have the gift for that.
That's right.
I have the gift for that.
Right.
And I ignore it sometimes
Right.
and go about my business. I know
Right.
they lying as hell.
Right.
But go about my business.
And see, some people say, oh, well, that's just your intuition and this and that. Well, listen, your intuition is a gift that was
It's
given to you by
never
God.
wrong.
And it's never wrong.
You just don't listen.
You
to
don't
it.
listen. You don't listen. How many people you know, and I'm talking about people that may not even be religious, be like, you know what? I left the house and something told me I left the gas on.
That's telling you
Yeah.
to go back to the house.
Exactly. What
and
was
go
the
check the
something?
gas.
What was the something?
Where was it something?
Right.
It's what's
It's
inside
what's
of
inside
you.
of you.
God gave everybody that. Some people just don't use it.
Some people don't use it. Some people don't
Let me
use
tell you, my intuition is never wrong. Even if it's going to lead me down a road of pain,
it. Mhm.
I still listen
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
it.
Mhm. And it'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go that way.
Because I've experienced
But
the
it's
things
gonna
of
be-
not listening to my intuition,
Right.
and it was worse.
Right.
So I
Right.
said, you know what? I'm going to listen to my intuition, even though it sends me down a road of hurt.
It is a teacher.
I'm supposed to learn
Absolutely.
something
Absolutely.
before I can get to that pot of gold.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right? But a lot of us, we are so caught up in this hype,
In the
you know,
materialism
in the
of this
material
world.
world, exactly,
Mhm.
that we know when people are being fake and
Right.
pretentious and
Right.
arrogant and
Right.
stuff, but we still associate ourselves with them.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
Because the spirit will attach itself to
Mhm.
this bad energy and aura
Mhm.
that will
Mhm.
come off on you.
Right.
And that's gospel.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. Definitely so. And I think some people that you can tell just naturally, I know for me personally, I've met some people and I just didn't gel off the top. And it was something about them. Sometimes I try, I can tell like, oh, we're not really getting along. Let me, and then after my attempt, I realized, no,
Yeah.
this must not be, let me leave this alone, because you don't force any and everything into your life, and those are some things that you need to know for yourself. And I think when we do accept anything, then we end up in a place where, okay, now I'm spinning it, because there was this meme that I read a long time ago. The thing about going outside of God's will to get things that you want is that you have to stay out there to keep them,
That's true. That's true.
because when you realign yourself with his will, a lot of those things you have to let go. And a lot of times that transition is what a lot of us don't want to realize. A lot of us don't want to have that experience of losing things that we pursued on our own,
Mhm.
even though, and a lot of us can even be at a point where those things are causing us pain.
I know, and
And still don't want to let them go. Yeah. Still don't want to let them go.
And it destroy them.
Right. Right.
Like, was it worth it?
Was it worth it? It made you lie about it. You hid your pain.
No, you're exposed.
And you're exposed. But you won't let it go. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes when you come out of alignment for things, and those things have to be removed from your life. I mean, there's a scripture in the Bible says a time to gather stones and a time to cast away stones. There's a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing.
And if
You know,
you
there's a
try
time
to
for
keep
peace.
if you try to keep it, like forcibly try to keep it, what is really not ordained for you,
Right.
that is when God, whoever you consider God to be, is going to remove it from your life in the
Right.
most weirdest and
Right.
most harsh way.
We are definitely connected, whether we want to accept that or not, whether you want to believe it or not. It doesn't really matter. What you believe, it don't really matter. You are a part of his plan. You are a part of a creation. And for you, there's a role that you have to play. And in the beginning part of that role is first acknowledging that he is. And when you know who he is, then you can know who you are. You know what I mean? And a lot of people try to find their identity without knowing God. Whatever you want to call it. You know, I'm not finna get into no religious argument, because at the end of the day, you still gonna have to face the person in the mirror. You're gonna have to decide whether this God that you have called yourself to know, you're gonna obey,
I think,
or you're gonna align with.
half of the problem I think that people go through in everyday life is because it's something you have done.
Right.
When things happen, don't even try to blame it on anybody else, because I'm telling you, it's something that you either chose to do or not to do. It's something that you're not doing. That's why you really, when things start happening around you and falling down, and the whole, the tower comes crashing down, you need to reflect on yourself.
Exactly.
And say, okay, why did this
Check your
happen?
alignment.
What did I do?
Exactly.
How am I presenting myself? What am I doing? Those are the things you need. That's why it all starts with you and taking care of you. Being truthful, like you said, looking in the mirror, being truthful to yourself. Because if you're not true to the others, I'm guarantee you're lying to yourself.
Right. Right.
You're building up this whole facade.
Right. And the sad thing about it is, I don't care who you are.
The sad thing about it, go ahead, Jay. I got you. Go ahead.
You can't lie and not know you're lying. That's it. You can't. So when it comes to finding truth, first thing you got to do is stop lying. But you can't lie and not know that you're lying. You're the first person to know that you're lying.
The sad part about all the ones I know that lie? Ain't no. They got to turn the fan on right there.
Oh.
Ain't no need for it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the bad part. But
That's
I got a partner of mine right
Because
now.
we all human beings and we all having the same
I got a
experience.
partner of mine right now. I told him last week. And he may be watching the show right now.
Mhm.
I told him last week, I said, bro, when we first met, if you would have just been 100 with me,
Right.
I'd still been your partner.
Right.
We had to go through all this just for it to finally come out. This is who I am.
Right.
And I'm still your partner.
Right.
It would have been that easier.
Right.
I see him every day. I just talked to him, matter of fact, on the phone, 5 minutes ago?
But why is the truth so hard for us?
Because people are afraid that you want to set them for who they are.
You see, and this is the
They
thing
want
about
they want to portray who they not. That's
Right.
what put like this here. Whatever was ever in those 5 years, that's who they portray to be.
Right.
So they're afraid. Like I told you on my show,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a $23 man
Right.
all day long.
Mm-hmm.
If I meet a chick at the bar right, if I was single, meet a chick at the bar right now, I'm the $23 man.
Right.
I don't put none on my body that costs no more than $23. They combine.
Right.
That's me.
That's
I'm not
you.
afraid to say that
Yeah.
Right.
because that don't define who I am as a person.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Now, at hard, I'm $1 million in hard.
So would you say that's partly society, or is it it's our relationship to society?
Correct.
Because if society say having this has been,
That's what society
right.
deems to be.
even if you got to
successful.
lie about it,
Yeah.
and got to hurt to have it, you need to have it. You know what I mean? Or just living your reality that, hey, you know what? I don't have that.
You
right
may
now.
get more help from the world, from your people, if you tell them what's going on.
Honey, you
Right.
might have more luck in
Right.
life if you be truthful.
Exactly. Yeah.
Believe me,
I
God
done
knows you
been
sleeping.
Right.
look, I done been down.
Right.
I done been down. Ain't had no problem telling my dogs, look, bro, I'm done.
Everybody
I'm
has
stuck.
been at their
And the
lowest.
first
Right.
thing they tell me, my true homeboys, and you want to know, you know what I'm talking
Right.
about. What you need, D?
Right.
What you need, D? Come out and grab it. What you need, D?
That's
Come
why
out
I'd
and grab
rather people be
Mhm.
truthful.
it.
to
It ain't no,
me.
it ain't
Right.
no.
Yeah.
Like I got a partner of mine. He'll go somewhere, and before he'll put on, but call me back 3 days later. Just let me borrow something.
Right.
Like, why you did it 3 days ago if you ain't
Right.
have it?
Right.
Like, don't stop to put on. Be
Right.
who you are, so we know what kind
The
of.
whole time.
Let
So,
me
like
tell
I said, I'm blessed.
Right.
Right now, if I hit rock bottom,
So what stops that though? How do we stop that? And see,
I-
that's why I keep
that's why
saying
you have
it
to
go
be-
back to the mirror.
But you see, talking, okay, you see how society is messed up? Let me
Mhm.
tell you something, and I want you to think deep.
Oh man, I got a
also,
deep question for you right now though.
This
Before you go there,
especially you.
real question, one question
Yeah.
for you. If you think social media closed shut down right now, no Facebook, no Twitter, no Instagram, do you think people would finally live their livelihood like they're supposed to?
I think they would.
Yeah.
Social media has contributed to a whole lot of mess.
Extra.
A whole lot of making people lose their
You go the wrong way,
identity.
Yeah.
Jay, you going the wrong way.
Uh-huh.
Get your
Yeah.
way.
What's that?
They have lost their identity. But I tell you what, this is why I'm telling you
Hold on.
about why my 3 best friends,
Mhm.
right? They all like me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say like me because I've heard people say certain things how I am,
Mm-hmm.
but that's the reason why you ain't my friend,
Right.
right? Because
Right.
they say because I'm so vocal
Right. Right.
and I shoot from the hip,
Mhm.
I don't sugarcoat.
You a
Right.
firecracker though.
People get offended. Yeah, I'm a firecracker,
Right.
and I'm accepting that, and I
Right.
take that
I embrace it
wholeheartedly
wholeheartedly.
because
Yeah.
it is my personality,
Exactly.
and I'm not gonna change it.
Right.
You have to love me for who I am.
But
I'm accepting
everybody-
you for who you are.
Everybody,
That's it.
everybody, man.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
it. And
exactly.
And
But
when you
guess what?
accept that,
I like to choose
Yeah.
the type of
I ain't
friends
for
I
everybody.
want
Exactly.
Are the vocal
And I'm not gonna call everybody
outspoken.
friends.
and people like me.
Right.
Because guess what? Those are the ones you can trust.
Right.
Those are the ones you're gonna be loyal.
Tell you the
If
truth,
I-
even if they
Yes.
yeah.
If I'm out in a setting and I see in a conversation and I see a girl be talking her truth and stuff, no, I would want to be her friend
Mhm,
because she
mhm.
ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing.
Exactly.
And that's the type of friend I can
Exactly.
respect.
And
be
I think
loyal
that's how
to.
you find your
So
tribe.
you won't take offense to it if one of your friends checks you.
My friend,
They check all the
I'm
time.
asking the question.
oh
man.
no, I have more respect
Okay.
Yeah.
for you. You remember
Yeah.
when you had a conversation with me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
My respect for you even went up further,
Mhm.
even though it's something that, of course, that I felt kind of bad and weird about.
we good
But you
about it.
came to me about it.
Right,
You didn't go behind
right.
my back.
Right.
You didn't, you were straight up and was wrong. But that's how come I didn't like you from the very beginning anyway, because you're just like me. You're outspoken.
Yeah.
You speak your truth. That's why I have a lot of respect for you. That's why when certain thing happened that me went through, I was upset. You see what I'm saying? Because I had a lot of respect for you.
Mhm.
So that is why I'm trying to tell you, I don't like those quiet ones.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
don't like quiet
Mm-mm.
people.
Yeah.
Because you damn sure ain't quiet. So.
Mm-mm.
I'm not.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
And I will speak the truth and I'll call you. My best friends, especially one of my soul sister
Mm-hmm.
who live in North Carolina, she checked me.
Mm.
Or she would tell me, she would cuss me out, and then in the same breath, I love you, sis.
One time
Right.
for Rick.
Check
Right.
yourself.
One time for
I
Rick,
have
check her too.
respect for her.
Right.
One time for Rick,
Absolutely.
that check her too.
Absolutely. You don't want nobody. Yeah, you don't want
And
nobody
that is
around
why
you
she's my soul sister.
that's just gonna stroke your
Because
ego.
she not-
Yeah.
no, she won't.
Nah.
She
Tell me the
don't.
truth.
She tell me about she cussed
Right.
me out raw.
Right.
And
Right.
I love her to death.
So back to the
Right.
question.
Mhm.
Keep it 100. Like, why do you think people are afraid to say they broken?
Because
Nobody want to be broken in this society.
Exactly, because they feel that they won't be accepted by society.
Right.
You
Or
understand?
something's wrong with me
And
because I'm
something
broke.
is wrong with them. They have a self-esteem
Right.
problem.
Instead of
if you
just
look
I'm
at it-
going through something, something's wrong with me.
And you be
Nah.
wondering, you look at them on the aesthetic,
Mhm.
beautiful,
Right.
handsome.
Right.
And you're wondering why they like that?
Yeah.
It's a self-esteem
Mhm.
some problem they have.
And you
It's
can
problems they have in their past that they have not dealt with.
and you can find a very low self-esteem behind a Gucci suit.
Oh yeah.
But I'm
Oh,
serious. I'm
Oh,
very
yeah,
serious.
you know,
It has
that's
nothing to
true.
do with what you have on. It
Yeah.
has nothing to do
I
It's
know
a
plenty,
figure
with
of
any of
speech.
that.
I
Yeah.
know plenty
Yeah.
people with million
Yeah.
dollars menstrual as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, figure
Yeah.
of speech. Oh, I know
Yeah.
personal people who are
$1 million.
filthy rich,
Yeah.
miserable.
And
Right.
I personally know that.
Yeah.
Right.
Miserable.
Yeah.
Miserable.
And see, that's the thing. I
Don't
think
wanna
when
go
they
nowhere,
say you
be
sell
around
soul,
talk about it, just talk about everybody, everything is negative.
Right.
And they sit on
I cannot
millions
deal
of
with people
dollars,
like
man.
that.
Right.
Sitting on billions.
But I think when you're willing to dismiss
yeah.
part of your morality, your spirituality, and who you are, and substitute it for fame and fortune and flash and you know, and the glitter and the glitz, to me, that is what selling soul is.
Yeah.
I'm losing,
is.
I'm giving up a part of me that it was given to me by God
They're selling
for
themselves.
something in this world. I will let all of that go. You know, I used to tell my brother, because we grew up in the church, and even at the shop now, I joke, I tell some of the guys, you know, because I grew up in church. Man, I could start a hot revival down in Alabama, selling prayer cloths and holy water and, you know, all of this and that, right? And the thing about it is, when you grow up in church, you know how to preach. You know what I mean? You know how to preach. You know what the people want to hear. You know how to talk the talk. You know how to conjure that chill on the shoulder. You know what I mean? But that is not the life. Because at the end of the day, when it's the truth that they have to take home, and you're not giving them the truth. But the thing to me was, that would be selling soul.
Oh, it is.
It would be selling soul.
Selling your soul.
If I know that I'm out here, and it don't matter if I deceive everybody in the world. If I know that I'm doing it for the money or for the glitz or for the fame, I'm selling. And it's not for God. It's in the name of God. And then even in the Bible, it says, the last days will be those that come to go before God and say, hey, we cast out devils in your name. And he would tell you that, I don't know you. Depart from me. So there's so many levels to being real that, you know, you really have to look at what is it that we're losing. It's not just, oh, well, I'm not. No, you are denying what was created.
Because they're not living their authentic self.
You're not living your authentic self.
And I tell people, man, it is so hard to wake up and just live your life for somebody who you're not.
Right.
That is so much
Okay.
hard fucking work.
But you know
Right.
what? Some people have a real side.
That is so much hard
Right.
work.
So
Like,
you got
for
people
real.
who are
Because you got to remember
narcissists.
it.
You got people who are narcissists or psychopath, sociopath. They have a chemical imbalance in their brain.
Damn.
That lying to them is a way of life.
I got a partner of mine right now. That dog, I swear, my homeboy.
Right.
Chronic
would lie.
liars.
He
Right.
would lie.
They believe their own lies.
Listen,
Right.
he would lie and be so genuine with it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
'cause
it's a normal
people like that are
conversation with him.
Right.
narcissistic and sociopath.
Well, let me ask y'all this, and I don't want to offend nobody. Disco don't cancel the show, but I'm finna say
I
it.
don't give a damn. You know what I mean?
I'm finna say it, and I mean, no particular group. I'm not here to judge. Like I say, I'm not here to judge you, your life, and your witness. That person who's there with you, when you lying and doing all that craziness, that's who the judge is. And trust, you know that they seen everything. Okay, so I ain't got to see it. But anyway, talking about people that lie to themselves. Do you guys feel that these people how do you feel about the sexual identification, gender identification thing?
What about as far as lying to people?
I mean, like, if I came in here a month from now and said I'm a woman,
It won't bother me.
am I lying?
I don't. That's
Am I lying? I mean, that's a real question. I
that's a
know it's
real
very
question.
touchy, you know.
It's a real question,
that's
but it wouldn't
good,
bother
But
me.
it's real touchy. But I'm just saying, we live in a society that allow this to be so. And this is the reason I'm pointing at. Because we get so far out from truth that truth and reality it don't look real no more. So
Well,
you mean to tell me, and then what's crazy about it, let me say this part too. We're in a society that says, well, when that person begins to say that they're that, you have to identify them as that.
Okay, a prime example, and not say you're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
If you come in here right now, we got 21 years of friendship.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come in here next month like that, I'm still gonna be like, "What's up, Jay? I'm gonna give you your dap. I'm still gonna hug you, my dog."
Because he's gonna
Right.
identify
I'm
with
still-
who you are.
I know
originally.
who you are 21 years from now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's gonna take me some time
Right,
to acknowledge the fact that you decided to be Janice now.
right.
You feel me?
Okay.
But I'm still gonna call you Jay because you my dog. That's your
Right.
personal decision. As long as you don't start mistreating
Cross
me,
identity? What they have a name for that.
it won't bother me. It don't bother me.
I mean, they got names
They
for a
got-
lot of
there- there's a
No, but to answer your
scientific
question, it
name
won't
for that.
bother me at all.
It wouldn't bother you.
Nah, cause I love you for Jay.
But am I lying? Would you think I'm lying?
I think you lying because it shouldn't took you 47 years to figure out you a female.
Okay.
That's a point. That's a
Right.
good point.
Right.
Now you just trying
You
to
have
be
to
somebody.
live in your authentic
Now you just
self.
trying to
Okay,
add.
so
Be
let me
like a
ask y'all
woman
this then.
inside.
Cause see, this how society get you. Okay, so if that's cool, then next time you want a lemon, won't you go to an apple tree and pick you an apple and say, "This is my lemon," and go make you some lemonade. Things don't change just cause we change what
What
we
I'm trying
want
to
to
say,
call it. You know what I
but
mean?
what I'm
So
saying-
what
You go
is
deep
true
there
and what is a lie?
No, listen.
I'm just saying,
I'm
what's
gonna
the
stay.
lie?
I'm staying
I
with.
get
I'm
what
gonna
you
stay with you.
talking.
I'm gonna
Right.
stay with
And
you.
I know, and the thing is, y'all, and I understand, we
But
got
like
to
you
be
said,
delicate because
listen,
these are people out
Listen,
here.
like you said.
But people, listen, we can evolve and become whatever we want to
Want to.
be. But if we going down the path of lying and all this, and that, why not become something better?
But who?
Why
What I'm
not
saying,
become a
you
better
say
human
okay.
being?
You say lying. If they do that right, when they come back to you another sex, they're telling you they're not coming back. What I'm saying is, I can see you when they got that done right, and you came back in here with the same clothes on, tucking it. I can't see nothing, and I'm still thinking you ain't did nothing yourself. That's lying.
Right.
But if you go do it yourself and come back with a wig on, and now you showing me, look, Disco, this is who I am now. I don't
Right.
consider that lying
Right.
because you telling me who you are now.
I mean, if I
You
don't
feel
really
me?
did it,
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, you're right, Disco. But you see, he
You
wasn't
lying to
living.
yourself,
he wasn't
though.
living it. Yeah, he was lying to
To
himself.
yourself.
He wasn't
You ain't
living his
lying to me.
authentic
That's
self.
your damn
because
business.
Why you wait till now to want to do this? You understand?
If you wanna be
And
Joanna,
change,
man,
but you
that's
should've
on your
done it
ass.
long time
Right.
Because you've been fighting this battle
Yeah.
all them years.
Right.
That means you weren't being true to your.
Yeah, so you ain't bothering me. That's on you.
So
Right.
yeah, exactly. So the problem is with yourself.
Until you get to call me, we gonna be like, we still going to Hooters, and we still looking at the same thing. You still my dog. I don't
Right.
care what you got on your head, your eyelash. You still my dog. So
so it
I mean, I know you as Jay. I don't know you as Jenny.
got on the man size pumps.
Hey.
You know how big the shoes look when you
Leather
try to
and
get the
12.
You still,
right.
you still gonna be Willie B and Jay to me.
See, but I mean, when you think about it, though, you really think about where we at.
I think
this
it's instead
society,
of
man.
lying
And
and
then I'm
being
gonna tell you
upset.
this too, because and this is and you have to
Fake society.
you have to stop and say, where are we headed? Look at the fruits. If this society was a tree, look at the fruit.
You know what I can't stand though for real? Like all my jobs,
Mm-hmm.
and I ain't been locked up. I've been, I think, twice, 3 times my whole life locked up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But nothing major. But all my jobs I've been at, you get them 2-3 cats
Mm-hmm.
that gotta get a background check to work. We work at,
Mm-hmm.
but they supposed to be the biggest thugs in the world.
Mhm.
Done been through all these prison systems in the world.
Right.
Knowing these folks done did a thorough background check on you.
Right. You wouldn't even be
But
out
this
here.
the image you got to uphold at work.
Right.
For what? Nigga,
Right.
they ran backtracks on all of us.
Right. And you still 40 and 50 and
And you
being
45, 47, and you still this guy that ran
Right.
the streets and been locked up.
hard. You
been
still
this,
ain't
that.
developed
Come on, man.
more
Why we
character
doing
than
all
just
that?
being a tough guy.
Why we doing all that?
You ain't got no more character.
Why
than
we
just
doing
that.
all
That's
that?
why my mom hates when I use this phrase when I say I don't like people.
Right.
My mom hates when I say this, but I know it's deeper than I said, Mom, it's not
People
like
wear
what you
you
think.
out.
It was way deeper. When I
Mhm.
say I don't like people, it's because what the society has evolved into
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
I'm 51. Like,
Anything
it's
goes.
sad
That's
to
the-
see.
yeah.
You 51.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's sad to see
Right.
how people are like,
It is.
and that's why I rather keep to myself
It
and keep
is.
my circle real small. I
It
tell you,
is.
because it's so sad
Yeah.
to see how people behave.
Right.
Grown people
Like
in their
Jay,
40s and 50s.
Like, for instance, everybody say disco mean, right? Everybody know me sound mean, right?
Mhm.
why
I'm
they
gonna
say you mean?
come tell you why.
I don't think you
If
mean.
you tell
No.
me disco, I'm gonna be there 2:00 on Tuesday. I'm holding you to 2:00 on Tuesday.
That's how I stay
Right.
too.
If you say I'm gonna take care of you on Thursday 5:00, I'm holding you to Thursday 5:00. And if
Right.
you don't, I'm gonna deal with you accordingly. That's not being mean. I'm a guy who's a man of his word.
Yeah,
Right.
but you're disciplined.
And
They're
I'm-
not.
Yeah. So
But
everybody,
you see how
yeah.
this is the mis how should I say it? Judgment of people.
Mhm.
You see how they say he was mean? I've
Mhm.
gotten that before.
Right.
All the time, I ain't gonna say no, you too mean or
Right.
you too aggressive.
They need a label.
No, because I'm telling you this is how I function and this is what I won't accept.
Right.
You're saying I'm being mean
Right.
because I'm
they wanna see me-
disciplined and
Right.
I'm
Listen,
responsible.
I just may not be
Jay.
the type of person
Right.
you need to
and
deal
I'm
with.
gonna call you out if you're late and
Right.
I
Jay,
ask you to be
it
here
get worse than
at
that. It get worse than that. I went off on my doctor for a reason.
Right.
Now she make me see a damn psychiatrist.
See, you came with a little baggage. You
So they
was a little hot.
so they already diagnosed you.
They
Right.
diagnosed me as seeing a
Yeah, he need to go talk to
psychiatrist
somebody else. He
because
coming to him, man.
I confronted you on something that y'all doing on my medical
No, they
condition.
think you crazy.
So now I'm crazy because I spoke up. Now I'm
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying. You see all the misjudgment?
Right.
I get it a lot
Right.
too.
Right.
Because I'm outspoken. Like,
Right.
okay.
I think
so I'm
society looks for
aggressive.
people that
I'm
just go with the
mean.
fray. You know what I mean? Just go with the fray. Just get along, go
I
along to
think
get
the government
along.
need. I
But
think
think about
personally,
that's because
I
somebody's
think a lot of
being
these companies
truthful and
need so many people to be categorized in certain conditions to get extra money.
I believe that.
That's why they eat like, so for instance, Dr. IC,
Right.
I think they get an extra incentive
They do.
if they can say they recognize a crazy person
Right.
and it stop them from killing the whole world or some shit.
Right.
So anything you say wrong to them, you get classified as
they
crazy,
get money in
Right.
their
and they write it
pocket.
down.
Of
Exactly,
course.
it's a joke.
Of course.
Then I
Just like
remember one
every time they
time,
write a prescription, they
listen,
get money.
I
And
remember
they the
one time,
company doctors.
and then I typed it one time, I emailed her. I use all caps when I talk. She called
So
me.
she know that's aggressive.
She said I've been
Right.
aggressive on the email.
Right.
Lady, come on, you serious?
Nah.
She said, why was I yelling at her? Motherfucker, I was typing.
Right.
because they did it all caps.
Say something about this again, because I'm gonna tell y'all, and this what I wanted to get. I wanted to add this into it because this is where this is headed. The y'all heard about the P, right?
The who?
No.
The P.
No,
Pen?
what?
No, like the LG. I don't know how to the
The
LG.
letters for that kind
right.
of stuff? What happened?
Y'all know what the P is
No, what is it, people?
for pedophilia.
What that? You talk to me. I don't know what that.
They're saying that is a sexual preference as well.
What the hell?
What you mean? Talk to me. I don't know what you mean.
This society
Child
is
molestation.
doomed.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
you know they're trying
Child molestation. They're trying to
Right,
say
they're
that that's
trying to
just
to normalize
people.
it.
They're trying to normalize people
Oh,
that
hell
just
no.
are
in
attracted to.
California.
And see, that's what I'm saying.
So they're giving that a pass now. If you listen to a kid,
You know why?
now
Because
you
the
label a
church is
certain letter.
involved. The Catholic
Yeah.
Roman Church is
Yes.
involved. And
They see it's lining up with all of that
You
other
fuck
stuff.
with
All
mine.
that other
Fuck
stuff.
with mine. I
But
got
listen,
some letters for
but
you.
you
But
see,
listen.
these people in the Catholic Church are very powerful. I know you're probably gonna get shut down,
right.
but I'm gonna say it anyway because I was
Just use the word cat.
confirmed.
Just use the word cat.
Catholic,
Don't
Roman
say
Catholic.
use the word cat.
Okay,
Just say cat.
cat.
There you go.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'm telling you, it's very real. And that's
Not for
why
all,
I
'cause my
stopped.
mom. Not for all, 'cause my mom a Cuban. She go to cat church.
I
and
know,
shit
me
like that,
too.
yeah.
All my
Right.
life.
Oh,
Right.
Kindergarten school,
Yeah.
prep school,
But
and
there's some
high
sick
school,
asses.
one by
Right.
none.
Right.
I've gone all my life. That's when I stopped believing
mm,
and started finding my own truth.
wow.
Mhm.
When these things been coming, this has been happening for years, hundreds of years.
Mhm.
And now that things like the whole scene in Hollywood that happened, and they were
Right.
getting all these powerful people,
What's his name that
and
killed
then
himself?
yeah, and
That had the island.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. And then now it went now into the churches now, the cat
Mhm.
churches.
Mhm.
So now, and a lot of known, how should I say, archbishops
Mhm.
and whatever, are now being caught.
Mhm.
But messing with kids.
Right,
Mhm.
they're trying to normalize it because they're very powerful. No,
Mhm.
we talking now.
Mhm.
We're talking.
So now they give-
society
so now they
that's
giving it
very
a title.
powerful from
Giving it a
the
title.
from beginning of the
Giving it a
time when
title.
Christ was crucified.
Man, you
You
can
understand?
imagine if you went back 100 years and told our ancestors there gonna come a day where you gonna have to look at a grown man and say and call him ma'am. And I'm sorry.
Nah, you talking
That-
about that. I'm talking about the other thing.
The pedophilia.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it
They're trying
starts
to
with
no-
that.
Yeah, they're trying to
It starts
normalize
with that,
it.
that whole group. Now, and then you look at it like this. How is it that this group, and I'm not bashing nobody, I have homosexual people in my family that I love.
Me too.
Okay? So, how is it that this has come up and amassed a political power structure to be able to get laws and everything passed? And here we are still, as African Americans, losing voting rights in this country.
Well, watch
We
this.
still got
Watch
the
this.
march
My wife-
and fight
passing a
the-
bill
Right.
for hate crimes against blacks. How about
Exactly.
that?
I
That's
seen
right.
that post shit the other day. Oh, watch this.
Oh, you saw my post?
Again, I got family members that are gay too, right?
Okay.
And I got an uncle that's gay.
Okay.
So I'm not bashing nobody.
Right.
But it's crazy to me that you can have two gay couples not married, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they can still put each other on each other's insurance. But
Mm.
your girlfriend for 20 years can't be on your insurance.
That's right. That,
Oh,
life,
really?
yeah, you can have a life partner that
So
if
partner
you're
is a
gay,
different
if you're a gay
classification.
partner, and you have they call them life partners.
So
can
right
go on
now,
the
if you
insurance, but
had no
my
insurance,
boyfriend or girlfriend, his girlfriend
Oh.
cannot.
So that's like a slight against the heterosexual.
so right now, Jay, if you need insurance real bad, we can go into holding hands right now.
Right.
and you can get
You
insurance.
get
You
insurance.
can be on my insurance.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
You
Without
see,
being
this is
married.
why-
Right,
this is why
right.
I said
Without even being
Society, yeah.
Listen,
serious.
without
Yeah.
being married,
Yeah.
but my girlfriend for 20 years,
Right.
we're supposed to be common law wife.
Right.
After
She
10
ain't gonna
years,
be able to do it.
she can't do it.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't have nothing against what they want to do and policies that they
Right.
want to pass. But if you're gonna do that, pass that for everybody.
Right. Right.
That's all I'm just
Right.
saying.
Yeah.
We as black
'Cause
brown people we're struggling in this world, especially America.
Right.
And I have a problem with them giving us another holiday.
Right.
Why are you
Right.
giving us another? Let's keep it 100.
Y'all
Why
wanna give
are
you-
you giving us another
'Cause
So
they-
holiday?
y'all
so
can have
many
another
killings.
cookout. So y'all can have another cookout.
Buy some more
Hey, right.
food.
Go buy some more
We
food
need a bill
from
to
the
be
yeah.
passed.
And now y'all ain't buying black meat.
But
Y'all just buying meat.
let's retest what you said.
Yeah.
We are nowhere fashion bashing homosexuality.
No, not at
No,
all.
no.
We
Not
love
at all.
everybody. I got
Exactly.
cousins.
Not at all.
I
So,
love
not
everybody.
at all.
I just feel there needs to be a fair ground
Right.
for everybody.
For everybody.
That's all I'm just saying.
For
They should
everybody.
pass it for everybody.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then you won't have no problem.
Exactly.
You
And it
everybody
should
fighting
not
it.
be, and it should not be that, you know, you still fighting for voting rights as African Americans and having your voting rights stripped, but at the same time we can advance all of this other
That's
stuff.
why when
That's
I made
all
a
I'm
comment
saying.
about your cousin them, right?
Okay.
You got your cousin over here illegal,
Right.
right? His
Right.
cousins.
Mm-hmm.
So I get mad. I'm not mad his cousin over here illegal.
Right.
I'm mad because I'm the one paying taxes. I'm the
Mhm.
one that can't get qualified for nothing because I got a job.
Exactly.
While his cousin sitting over here getting all the money, ain't got to pay no taxes. Them being here don't bother me.
Right.
It's the pass that they
system.
get.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but it's a system.
It's-
Exactly.
And then when they come
It's the
over here,
system.
when
It's
they
the
come, they
system.
get placed
Right.
and somewhere to live with our money.
Right.
But if we jump
Our
the,
direct
if we
taxpayer,
jump the
yeah.
wall,
Right.
they ain't finna give us none of that damn money.
Y'all signing all these bills and all this and that. And all last summer, people was rioting because black men were being killed and murdered all over the country. And you don't see any more, you know, a sense of urgency for this.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So while that's going on, because I just heard yesterday, oh, well, the Supreme Court turned down a case where the little boy can go in the girl bathroom and all this and that. Okay, why would we looking at
Why
that?
are
We still don't have a police
spending
report.
time doing that?
Thank
It's like keep it 100.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you.
are we serious here?
I'm not the
Come
kind
on.
to judge you by who you lay down with. You know, that's between
that
you.
you
But why is it
That's-
even a subject
Exactly.
when we got far more worse things going on
More votes.
in this?
Right.
There's more votes.
Right.
More votes.
They playing the fiddle to that
More
audience.
votes.
But you know, you see, they're trying to come with this stupid slavery mentality and trying to appease us with holiday. That
Mhm.
pissed me off.
Yeah.
That really pissed me off.
Right.
I said, "Are you serious?"
But let me ask you a question. If we would have had all these killings in the last 4 or 5 years,
Mhm.
you think we'd have had a holiday anyway? They wouldn't have been passed.
No, it's
that-
because we were rallying
No,
up and
you
they
got
wanted
that holiday.
to appease us.
Listen,
we
you didn't
could
even get
shut
real.
up and sit down.
Yeah, you don't even get change. We've been killing y'all, and I tell you what. Instead of us changing the law to protect you, here go take a holiday. Go grill out.
Yeah, you know what?
Go grill out. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So, so
Because
that's-
you know
that's
what?
basically
Because
what it
they're still
is.
trying to keep us in that slavery mentality.
well, you know what though? That's our fault.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It is our fault because guess what? We do this.
We
We,
gon-
go rally. We, go
let's
do all
let's
this,
keep it
and
100.
guess what?
We gonna
We
gonna
don't
touch.
see ourselves
We
through
gonna
with
still
it.
touch
Right.
on keep it 100.
Mm-hmm.
When we go to our own restaurants, our own people restaurant, right? When something go wrong, the average person, us,
Mm-hmm.
we don't ask to talk to the manager. We don't ask to say, okay, we'll give you a pass and go to something else. We go on Yelp. We go on Facebook. We go on Instagram. We start blasting each other.
Mm-hmm.
So we sometimes we our own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We are our own
will do
enemy.
that.
So
Yeah.
keeping it 100,
Mhm.
we tell each other all day long,
Right.
We do. We're the only society that does that.
all day
Right.
long.
Right.
That
Whatever's
spend-
left, we
so
take it out.
yeah.
Society smash it, and we grind it
We
in.
we tear down each other too much
Yeah.
in our society,
Yeah.
in Black society. We do.
And we don't support each other. But the thing is to be 100. The thing is to be upfront.
Yeah.
Don't come and say you gon' if you're a contractor, okay, well I'm gonna pour this concrete for you, and then you come out there and you can't do it.
I think if we stop being so, if we stop doing that, we can help each other.
We really
to get,
can.
to get to where we need to get much
Mhm.
easier.
Mhm.
If you just spend time being upfront and truthful, you have no idea that person that you're lying to could really be your saving grace.
Absolutely.
Could
Absolutely.
be the one to say, okay, guess what? I
Mhm.
have this that can fix that problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's work at it.
And why is it that shame? I think for so many years, people hide their weakness. You know, and it's you know, as a community, if you're gonna be stronger, and you're only as strong as the weakest link, how we gonna know if you ain't, you know,
You,
being transparent or you ain't being honest about that?
you know what I noticed? I observed the people who pretty much talk like you and I and Disco are the ones that really don't care what people say about us.
Mm-hmm.
If you think it, it's the, you can detect by your personality.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, I don't give a damn what people think about me or say about me. I'm concerned about what I feel about myself.
Exactly. Because I got to live with that.
Yeah, exactly.
The witness is
I have
with
to
me.
put my head down at nighttime and it be in my thoughts. I don't care what other people think because people gonna always have something to say.
That's right.
And if you are concerned too much with that, how are you gonna live your life? Be miserable?
And that's why a lot of people end up in facades. They end up faking it.
That's why I don't. I'm as raw as ever, and the people that are around me know that, and they are like that.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, it don't make no sense to be that way. Stop lying.
Right.
Stop being fake. Just be real.
And ain't nobody up every day.
Nobody cares.
Right. Ain't nobody up every day. There's mountains and valleys and hills and low places, and we all go through them.
And be truth be told, the only person that I really truly care if anybody is say anything about me is my son. That's my child. That's the only one I really care about his thoughts about me.
Right.
As his mother.
And I think in the grand scale, we cheat what God created when we're not authentic. And that's the biggest thing. And back to the other thing, I don't care, and I'm just gonna say it, what it is that draws you out of purpose and that draws you out of alignment with what you were created for, be it your deviant sexuality, and to be honest, I've had a deviant sexuality. I ain't saying homosexuality. I'm just saying, we all go through different phases. Okay, well, I'm curious. Let me do this. People have been in different places and different things in their life.
And experience.
And it's not, you know what I mean?
I want to knock off two midgets.
Don't allow.
You do?
I want to knock off two midgets.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's, right. But see, and ain't no big deal. Guess what? Right. And, we ain't going to. Right. It ain't going to stop talking to you because that's what you want to do. It's out there in the open, You admit that, they might be listening and calling.
And they might be calling you up right now and say, want a taste of you this
right.
Shit.
But
I want them with them big old thighs too. Them big old strong legs.
They got booty and
big old, big booty and strong legs.
Right. Strong legs. But that's really what we put at risk when we're less than what we are authentically. And I think when you're in situations, and you have to trust this. And Tanya, we talk about this from time to time too. Being divinely appointed. A lot of people don't know what that means, but when you are authentically who you are where you're supposed to be when you need to be. And that's why it's so important to be authentically secure in who you are. The witness is always with you. The person who's going to always see what you've done or what you do is with you. And that person knows the intention of you before you open your mouth. And that is your guide. And I think a lot of times, and we're going to do another show. We're going to come back and do a show about religion and spirituality, because that's where a lot of people really get lost at. There's so many lost people practicing religion. There's so many lost people practicing spirituality because we lack the strength to be authentic. And like I was just saying a few minutes ago about being in that mirror. Being in that mirror, start with yourself. You know what? If I can't be the same me in every room that I go in, something is wrong. That's where I started at with myself. If I got to change up when I'm around you, if I got to be a whole different J.Gerrard when I'm over here, I can't do it.
That person's not for you, and that
environment's not for you.
What changed me was, like, all the years of going to church, it wasn't the pastor that had me right.
Right.
It wasn't the pastor at all. Because I was forced to go to church as a child. We didn't have no choice. It wasn't the pastor. It was the treatment I got from my aunties, my mother, my grandmama. I watched them walk their life a certain way.
Right.
So I didn't have to go to church. Just the fact that I seen my auntie, mama, grandmama, cousins, uncles, I seen how they walk their life. That's what changed me. It wasn't the pastor.
Right.
And it wasn't church.
Right.
No, it wasn't that either for me.
That true life and demonstration. Not just in ritual. Not by ritual.
It wasn't a man reading a book that changed me. It was my family values and goals in life and how they presented themselves to me. Exactly. That's what changed me. It
real
wasn't
relationship, not ritual.
And I'm here to say that. It wasn't the word.
Yeah.
So talk about say what you want to say about me. It was not the word.
Right.
the walk in life that my family had.
But
that
see,
I
watch
seen.
this
Well,
though,
I'm glad
Disco.
that my
That's the
brother-
whole purpose of and for people that are watching Christian Faith or whatever, that was the whole purpose of the prophets. That was the whole purpose of Jesus. To demonstrate, like you said, it wasn't the word, but it was the word that was in them. They weren't just listening at that word where it says, love your neighbor as yourself. They were demonstrating it.
Yes,
They
so that's what
became
he
the
taught.
living word.
Yeah.
So you may not have, got that word directly from the preacher, but you got the demonstration from them. They were exercising that word in their life. And a lot of people don't realize that exactly is the same thing what Christ was. He was the word. He was the walking example of the word. And was he popular with the church? No.
Oh no, you see
Did
that?
he open his mouth? Was there problems? Yes. Did the people who was steeped in religion disagree with him? Of course. And sought to have him killed. You know what I mean? So you have to understand that as truth. And we always look at, and it's amazing how we look at, oh, glory, Jesus and all this and that. And we don't realize, okay, we're serving a rejected Savior. This man was crucified by the same
people
institution
that you
that
all
it presented to
bow
you
down
now.
to and be a slave to.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
The same
And
institution.
where does religion come from?
Exactly. And so that is why you have to really be sure to have a very real relationship and understanding with God. It's not something that somebody can give you. It's something that has already been given. And it has been given by God.
Yeah.
You got to learn about it. And how do you learn about it? You get around people that know him, not just people that's talking about him, that know him through demonstration. Like you said, you saw it in your grandparents and your aunties.
My grandma always told me this
Right.
right here. This is why I'm real harsh and strong on pastors. This is why pastors don't like me. Because my grandma said, you shouldn't have to present who you are.
Exactly.
I should be able to see who you are in the walk of your life.
Exactly.
So my question, my
You
point
have to
is,
be
if
demonstrating
I shake
that.
your hand for the first time and say, what's up? My name Ryan. What's your name? You say, well, my name Jay. I'm full with the Holy Ghost. You're
Right.
not for me.
Right.
Because you're selling me something now
Right.
that I didn't even know.
Exactly.
That's why I roll my eyes when they start acting like that. I'm
Right.
like, oh, okay, I'm out of here.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I'm out of
So,
here.
and that's
Yeah.
real, man. That's
Yeah.
why I don't do it.
You ain't gotta put all that out
No,
there.
no.
You know what I mean? Because if it's real, bro, and it's just, and I always say this.
You don't need to say nothing.
Right.
You don't need to put it on blast or advertise it.
Real recognize real. Now
Thank
that's something
you.
that we say on the street.
Yes,
but
real
that-
recognize real.
But you better believe that
And
in
game
a
recognize
very
game.
And
spiritual
gay
way.
recognize gay.
Exactly.
Yes.
But in spiritual and energetic worlds, that is just as true as it can get. If you talking on a whole different level, man, and you in a whole different spirit or a whole different energy than I am, bro, I can't even understand what you're talking about.
No.
And that's the thing. So when you walk in truth and somebody's standing up and I hear you quoting scriptures. I can hear what sounds familiar.
But what it looks like behind closed doors.
Exactly.
I just did
But
one.
where does that
I did a
connection?
show for y'all
Yeah.
came on here.
Mm-hmm.
The show I did today was Facebook, social media Christians.
Right.
What you do when you logged off.
Right.
I just did that show a little
That's
while
a
ago.
good idea.
Mhm.
I already
Because
did it.
What are you doing?
When you logged off.
That's what I
Right.
want to know
Right.
too.
And then another thing too is if your religion is more about me and trying to fix me than it is you working on yourself, then your religion is in vain. What you practicing, because you can't fix me. You can share with me, but you can't fix me. At the end of the day, what are you going to exercise in your own life? Because we can sit here and talk about, from anything from Buddhism to Catholicism. But what are you going to execute? Which way will you decide to take to walk in your truth? And that's something that we don't look at every day. The more and more you look at society politically, and I'm not attacking society, none of that, but it's boiling back down to what God created is what God created. Politically, religiously, financially, all these institutions are collapsing. The last frontier is your spirituality.
Absolutely.
And that is the thing that you can't just reach out and put your hands on
take away
and
from
snatch
a
because
person.
that belongs to God.
Mhm.
So we're living in a day where it's so much more vital to understand your spirituality, not just religion, Because you look back at the history of the world, religion is the reason for a lot of wars. Religion was involved in slave trade. It's a lot of,
and I don't go by religion, man. I told people if you go out right now and praise that plant out there, and if you talking to that plant every day, it's gonna make you treat me good.
Right.
Damn it, plant it is.
Right.
I'd rather talk to that plant than being somebody
everybody know I'm
pulpit.
not religious.
Right.
I'm just saying. I'd rather you talk to that plant than being around 400-500 people
Right.
putting on
Right.
and treat me like shit.
Right.
I'd rather go talk to the little shop of horrors it is.
Right.
Go talk to the plant.
Your walk ought to be consistent with
That's
your
all
talk.
I ask for.
Absolutely.
That's all
It
I
ought
ask
to be consistent with your
for.
talk.
And you ain't got to
period.
talk, just walk.
Right. Right.
I'm a very
Right.
spiritual
Sometimes walking-
person. I'm
Right.
not a
sometimes walking
religious
enough
person,
is
but
your
I'm a
talking.
spiritual person.
Right. And then, but see, I'm gonna tell you this too, and this is another thing too, because this conversation ain't just for the church folks. This here for the average Joe on the street, bro. If your word don't mean shit,
But you know that's me all day long.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Cause see, we keep saying
that's
yeah,
me,
we're religious.
because I can tell you this. If
No,
I
it
tell
pisses
you
me
I'm
off.
going to do something,
Right.
That
I
pisses me
guarantee
off.
Right.
Tanya Taylor is going to do it.
That pisses
If
me
I'm
off.
not sure,
Right.
I'm going to tell you, look, Ryan, I might not be able to do
Right.
it, and
I
I
ain't
might
gonna be able
not.
to do it.
Yeah, but
Right.
exactly. I will be like upfront. I hate when people do that, and it's a pet peeve of mine. It's such a pet peeve of
Oh,
mine.
they say I got you.
Don't tell me
Right.
that you
I'll put it
got me
up
and
on
you
you.
do this.
And you can't do
This is
it.
why I
get
don't
that-
trustful.
They say that's
Right.
my word.
Right.
All that
Yeah.
shit. You,
Right.
Come on, man.
That's
Right.
why I
And
don't.
see, and now none of that got nothing to do with your religion. This is just who you are as a man, who you are as what God created. I ain't even talking about religion.
And that really shows your character.
Who are you?
Let me tell you something.
Because we hide behind all this.
Like
other
I
stuff.
said before, I'm from the school that we didn't do no contracts. We
Me
didn't do no
too.
paperwork.
Right.
But
we
that's
didn't do
Jamaican
all we
Caribbean
did.
society.
All we did was, hey, I got you tomorrow 4:00. That's what
That's
it
it.
was.
But you see,
Right.
that's Caribbean
Even with
society.
money.
Mhm.
Even
We
with money,
scratch-
Jay.
I scratch your back, you scratch mine. That's how
Right.
we are
Jay.
in our country.
Right.
You do for me, I do for you. We
Even
look
with
out for
money,
each
bruh.
other.
Right. Here.
Even with money, I give you some bread.
Here was an
Bro,
eye-opener.
I got you Tuesday 4:00.
Right.
It wasn't never no
I
contract.
come from
No.
that
You
era
gotta deal
too.
with these. You gotta deal with these
Right.
sucker ass niggas now
Right.
with paperwork.
My
Right.
word is my bond.
Come on,
Over
man.
something, right. Over something
petty.
simple.
Come on, dude, for real.
Right.
It's so,
And then guess what?
it's so sad. Everybody tell you that,
And then
man.
you-
Disco, man. Next time you do, put them on paperwork.
But then
Why
guess what?
am I putting a grown ass man
Exactly.
on paperwork?
Right.
Especially
Yeah.
when you know each other.
Come on, man.
But you can put them on paperwork, and if they weren't gonna do it,
Let
they
me tell
still ain't gonna do it.
I
You
can
just
tell
gotta
you
pay.
this, Brian, coming to this country, really, because that's how we are too, and that's how I grew up. My word is my bond. We
That's
shake
it.
on it, right? This country
ain't hard.
gave me an eye opener, and that's this country made me not trust people.
Mm.
Living here made
Right.
me not trust people.
Right. So you think
Right.
it's more here than anywhere? I think it's just people in general.
It's people in general, but I'm just telling you from an immigrant.
Okay.
Me being
She
an
right,
immigrant,
but
but
she
now a
right, though. She
citizen.
She right.
That's the culture
It built-
I
it's different
came
over there on
from.
the co-
It's
built
different in
over there.
Jamaica.
It's easy to put a front on out here.
Yeah, it's easy to put up front.
It don't
Jamaican
impress-
people are so realistic.
Caribbean countries,
Not to say they
it
don't
don't
have them.
impress them. That don't mean
Yeah,
that you can walk around two mismatched shoes and still get pussy.
Right.
It don't impress them. The man
Right.
you
see,
are
just like
is what they
are.
do.
celebrities coming
Right.
to Jamaica
The
don't
untouchables.
impress
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
It don't
We
impress
are not
them.
impressed by celebrities.
Right.
We are more impressed by our own celebrities.
Right. Who
That-
they are.
And yeah,
Right.
not that's just all we are,
Mhm.
and that's why for me too, I am not. It's very hard to impress me.
Mhm.
See, everybody get
It's
mad
very
at me
hard to
because I get
intimidate
mad when
me.
people late.
Right.
That's my struggle.
Yeah, but
Cause being late is something you ain't got, like your boy Curtin said on his show. That's something that you ain't got to pay for.
Right.
You being late is who you are.
Right.
You being somebody's word is who you are. You said I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
That would get me pissed off. It ain't like I called you and made you say it.
Right.
You said it.
That what time you was.
And
gonna
half
do
the time you call my phone and tell me you're gonna do it.
all right, that's even worse.
That's irritating as hell.
That's even
Right.
worse.
If you know you ain't coming,
Mm-hmm.
bruh, I ain't coming. If you know you ain't got it, hey, Disco, give me another 4 days.
Right.
If you know you're gonna be
Or
there
just
5 o'clock,
yeah.
bruh, it ain't hard.
Right.
It's not hard.
Some people just choose to take the easy way out, man. Like I
Dang.
said, but we live in a time of
Easy
being
way out is
politically
not
correct.
lying.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. You right.
My auntie said,
Easy
you right.
way out is
That's the
not
hard
lying.
way
That's
out.
the hard way
You
out.
right. You right.
It's miscrewed. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't get
They
it twisted.
They got it twisted.
Yeah, it can
Lying
get you out the
is the
situation,
hard
but
way
you just got
out.
out of the situation and got into some
"Tell you
shit.
way deeper."
Right. Yeah.
And first of all, if I'm doing business with you and I'm dealing with you, I don't care about your business, your personal life. That should
Mhm.
not affect nothing that
Right.
we are doing as business.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So Just say, just be
Separate the
upfront
two.
Right.
and say what you gotta say.
Right.
Separate the two.
Right.
Yeah, separate the two.
Right.
And if you can't separate the two, be honest about it.
Right.
Don't get me tangled up in your situation.
Tell me the truth,
Tell
and then
me
if
the
I
truth.
decide that I don't
Yeah,
want to deal
and
with
we-
you,
and
don't
then-
be mad. I just don't want to.
Yeah, don't be mad. Don't
Right.
take it personal.
Right. Right.
We cool. Still.
Right. I really can't
I just
afford
don't-
this risk right
I-
now. I'm
Exactly.
gonna do something
I am not
different.
going to risk my reputation.
Exactly.
Especially when I'm trying to build and brand myself.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I'm not going to risk no dealings or financial dealings with you.
Right.
You understand?
Right. Right.
So
Wow.
that's how it is.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Yeah.
But don't let me find out stuff.
Right.
That's even worse.
Right. Right.
You know?
At least be solid on who you say you are.
Yeah. And, just stop doing that.
All you men and women, your word is your credit.
Mhm.
Period.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exact. Personal credit.
That's it.
Right.
That's what I
Either your
call it.
personal credit score down
Personal
0
Right.
or 800.
Right.
It's on you.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely. You,
Yeah,
should
man.
you should have a credit system for that.
Man.
Right.
Oh
For
hell.
who you are.
Yeah, so when you know when you're dealing
Yeah,
with somebody,
bro.
you say, let me see
Yeah.
your
If you
personal
want
credit.
somebody
Yeah.
personal
Your
credit,
personal credit.
So
Yeah.
you can judge if you want to mess
Yeah.
with them or not.
Do you keep your word? Yeah. No. Yeah, no,
It'll
that's
be
a whole
some-
different rating
it'll be
right
some
there.
0 through 50s all across the board.
Yeah, but we live in a microwave society, man,
I
and,
like
and
that microwave.
unfortunately, the truth is a casualty.
Yes.
The truth is a casualty these days, and it's sad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you're living in the world.
I think personally, seriously, I'm not taking up for nobody, but some of these folks lie so much so good. I think it's an illness, man, for real.
But
mental
what
illness?
did I just say to
No.
you?
Yeah.
I was just mentioning
think
a
it's
lot
an
of them are
illness, man.
narcissists, psychopaths, and sociopaths.
I got a partner
There's
of mine.
a
He'll say,
personality
Jay,
disorder when they do that because they
Jay.
believe their own
All
lies.
I got a
Sickness.
partner of mine. I can say, bro, you coming? He
Yeah.
said, bro, I'm down the street right now.
Right.
Ain't nowhere near me.
Ain't
He
nowhere
said
near you.
So smoothly.
You know,
Right.
black people don't say that.
Oh yeah.
I'm around the
Yeah,
corner.
Right. Right.
Until
Just-
I-
Right.
But said
Right.
so smooth.
I'm about to
Why
pull
you
up.
just can't say, bro, I ain't left yet, dog?
Right.
Oh, I ain't coming. That's
Right.
like, yo, bro, I'm down the street right now, dog. I'm about to pull up on you.
Right.
You don't see him for 3-4 days.
Nah.
Like, what? And it sounds
That's
so
what I'm
smooth.
saying.
Right.
It's
It's like-
a problem they have. It's a personality disorder. I'm telling
Right.
you.
I mean, it's hard.
They literally believe their world, the
Yeah.
lie, their world, their fantasy. They
Right.
believe it. They say so much and they lie so much till they literally believe it. It becomes their reality.
Yes.
Right.
I'm serious.
I mean,
and that's why I look beyond some of them and say there's something wrong with them.
Exactly.
There's a sickness. I'm
And-
telling you.
And this sound like just small conversation
Mhm.
until to me, to
Now, do
people
you
like
think-
me, until you look at stuff like January 6th. Those people believed the lie that they was told.
Yeah.
They believed it.
Yeah.
And they reacted to it. They put themselves in physical harm's way
Mm-hmm.
because they believed a lie. And that is the power of a lie.
Your tongue, bro.
That's the power of the
Tongue is
tongue.
a powerful thing, man.
Right.
In all aspects.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In all aspects. Yeah.
You can build up, you can tear down with the tongue. The power of life and death is in the tongue.
That's why they say, watch what you say.
You have to. So misrepresenting truth, man, is something way deeper than, you know what I mean? Because if we getting away from that, where are we going?
Mm.
Where are we going? And that's what we really need
People
to think
just
about.
afraid to be. I just
Right.
say it, man. I ain't
And if
got
you
no
think the
problem.
truth is ugly, start lying and then start
just
trying to
leave them
figure out where
alone.
you're going to end up
Man,
at.
I can't. I just
Just
like,
leave them
one
alone.
girl-
Let them
Right.
stay in their world.
One of my
Right.
friends said I was
Alone.
just so rude because she said I'm rude.
Mm.
Like, cause I don't. If you hold up 2 pair of shoes,
Mm.
I'm gonna tell you, damn it, which one I like,
Right,
not which one you like.
right,
I'm gonna get it probably. But everybody said I'm
Right.
rude.
right.
Like my nickname ass, so I get called asshole more than I do my real name.
But see, that's the thing. We live in a society where you supposed to be
Like,
trained.
asshole is my name.
You supposed to be trained to give me the answer that I
This is an
want.
asshole.
I'm an asshole.
And I have so much
Yeah.
love for you. I love your personality.
Right.
I'm an asshole.
You supposed to be trained
I
to
don't
give me the
see
answer
it.
I want. That's how society give it to you. I'm gonna ask you which shirt. You know I like the blue one, but you supposed to be trained to lie to me
Okay, so you want
just so we can be
A,
cool.
that's a lie,
Nah.
or
So we can be
B,
cool.
that's the truth.
Right? No, no.
You know how many times that him and my partner told me, yo, D, man, you tripping.
Right.
Like, did you tripping, bro? Don't even instigate that, bro. Like, I done heard that for
Mhm.
21 years from these folks.
Mhm.
Disco, you tripping. I ain't never stopped talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because only certain
Neither
people
are
tell
my
me.
best
You have to
friends.
be real.
Neither are my friends.
And at the
Right.
same time,
Those
yo,
are the
D,
ones I have more respect and love for.
and they can tell when I'm wrong, they can tell when I'm right.
How do you discern? How do you know? Like I said a few minutes ago, some people can start talking, but how do you know?
Let 'em talk
Is it
enough.
something about let them
Let 'em
talk
talk
enough?
enough.
Listen to them long
Let them
enough.
talk enough.
Let me tell you something.
Let them talk
Uh-huh.
enough. Let them talk.
You
enough.
can. I don't know. I guess I get this part from my studies in criminology, and
Okay.
I had to do psychology and all this, and human behavior and body language.
Right.
Sometimes I can tell by the body language without even using my intuition, right?
Okay.
But most of the time, it's my energy and my intuition that picks it up
Okay.
when I know when they lie,
Right.
right? But if you listen to them long enough,
Right.
you'll catch them in the
Right.
lie.
Right.
Because you see me, I have a memory like an elephant.
Right. Right.
So I would bring up something, but wait a minute. You told me this on January 5th.
Right.
So how is it that
Right.
you're telling me this now?
Mhm.
But no, but when I saw you did this,
Right.
oh, trust me, I will
Right.
remember.
And see, that's the thing about the lie. You have to remember it.
Yeah.
And if it ain't true, that's hard
Exactly.
to.
That's why my
But
mother
see,
say,
normally
don't meditate.
Right.
Because you gotta make another lie to back up that lie.
And
Normally
you got to
people that
remember
I
lie,
gotta
all.
run with it.
Jay, normally people that lie when they talking to you,
Right.
they'll fix what they just said
Mhm.
in the next sentence without you asking them.
They
Yes.
make an adjustment.
Yes. Yes.
They, you can tell it's like
To
they
try to make
straighten
it
it up.
believable.
They said
Yeah.
and before
Yeah,
you
it's
say
like they
something,
hanging the Christmas
they'll say
tree.
it
They
again,
put
And
it
they
up.
go on
They
and
put
on
some
about it.
ornaments on it. And then
Yeah.
here goes something else. And
Yeah.
Instead
yeah.
of just sticking to the what
Yeah,
you
because
asked them.
and that was why I was late in the first place because I had
They let them keep
yeah.
going on. They
Yeah.
cover it up. They just
They
realize
tell the whole
There's-
story.
There's just
That's
clues
amazing,
and
though.
signs.
That's amazing. But see, I think we all have the ability to know. But if you caught up and you lying to yourself, you done got used to hearing lies. So I'm gonna tell you what you're doing. You make it easier for me to lie to you.
But
And
that's
then
what I'm
next
saying,
thing
but
you
those
know, you
people-
end up surrounded by lies.
I'm guaranteed those people
Right.
who do that have a lot of people lie to them.
Exactly. You attract what you are.
Exactly.
And that's really what it is.
So it's pretty much they just saying who gonna tell the best story today.
Man.
I'm meeting
Right. And then after a while,
So it's a
I'm
game.
gonna tell
I
you,
mean,
that's
for
how
lunch-
you end up running into that group of folks that always got the smile on like they friends, but if you catch them off one by one, I can't stand it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's basically like when we meet for lunch. Okay, who gonna tell the story? Me or Jay?
Right.
Who will come with the best lie today?
Right.
That what you're saying? Like,
Exactly.
I
It
try to
happened at
be
the
with
barbershop all the time.
you. Yeah, boy.
Yeah. I was about to call somebody's name at my shop, but I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, they do it, boy.
Yeah, they'll lie.
And it's funny they try to outdo your story. Like I got
Oh
partner.
man, you
I
say
can
you was
tell
on a jet ski, they say they was on a speedboat. You say you parasailed, they say they jumped out of plane. You can't win. You can't win.
The story of-
Right, and then you be like, well, I thought you say you couldn't swim, bro. You was on the, okay. You say you can't swim, but now you on the on the jet skis.
You know what
Okay,
I also hate? When people name drop.
right,
I hate that
right,
shit.
right,
It's a pet peeve for
right,
me.
right, right.
No, what I hate the
Just
most-
because you dropping
When they
names don't
name
mean they know
drop.
you.
Oh,
I bet
I
they
know
ain't nowhere
so-and-so.
dropping your
I
name.
know I can hook up this with this person.
Right.
I can do this.
I
with
bet
this
that person ain't nowhere dropping their name.
Ain't
Nah,
nowhere. Don't even know who they are.
Right, won't
They
even
say-
call you friend.
And they don't even remember. They say,
Right.
in passing.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
what I- no, you know I hate the most when somebody tell me something and tell me I can't tell you who said it. Oh,
Yeah,
boy said this
no,
about you, man, but I ain't gonna tell you who
Don't
said
That's
let me
it.
get up and walk on
Yeah,
you.
that's gossip. That's trash man.
I can't stand
That's
there
the
and say,
trash
no, this
man.
Let me tell you know what happened
Oh,
when
boy,
people
boy
say
said
this?
about you, bro, but I ain't gonna
Right.
tell you who said it, man.
Right, that's the trash
Because I
man.
want, let's say, because I don't want to get
And
involved.
I ain't calling no
Right.
names, but I know that happened
Listen,
to
I don't
me.
want- I don't
But
want
guess
to
what?
get
What do you do? When you say that to me,
Right,
who is the outspoken and aggressive one,
right.
I'm gonna go to the person you tell me not to go.
Exactly.
Tell because
Yeah.
I know your ass lying.
Yeah, and we're home.
and I'm gonna put you on
Right,
blast.
right. And hope
can't
you
stand
around
it,
when I
man.
see you.
I can't stand that
I had somebody at my
either.
job say, yo, Disco, man, old boy said, but you won't tell me who old boy is.
Right.
Because I don't want to get involved.
Why is he
Nah.
telling
So
you?
what
Oh,
when?
man. Right,
Why are you telling you
right.
when?
Don't say anything.
Don't say anything.
No, they say, I want
I'm
you
the
to know,
wrong
be
person
careful,
to do
man.
that with you.
Then they say, I want you to know, man, people watch you, man. People said this, people said, who is people?
That use a simp.
Who is people,
That's
dude?
a simp.
I don't know,
Yeah.
don't go tell the
yeah.
person, Don't go tell.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Now,
something.
they tell me, I don't want to tell you, Disco, because we know you're going to go off.
Right.
Now you got me more pissed off
Right.
than you brought it to
Right.
me.
But you still gonna tell me then. So if you don't want to tell me then, guess
I
what,
tell
bro?
you,
Don't tell me.
That's my twin
You have to
right
cut
there.
them off and say, don't tell me
Well,
then.
I want to tell you, Disco, because we don't want you going off on
Nah.
nobody. We don't want
That
you to
is
confront
my
nobody.
twin right there. We go
Come
through
on,
the
man.
same thing.
Right.
That's
People
the
try
same
to
thing.
feed
people
you
do.
the...
I was like, you're gonna be pissed if I tell. Then why you even mention it now?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Same
And then
dog
tell
bring
me,
about
don't go
carry
back and
about.
tell. So wait a minute. I don't even know you that long to be even loyal to you or
Right.
have
Yeah.
any loyalty
To
to
feel
you.
you tell me the
So
right
when
thing
you
in
come
the
in
way.
and tell me what somebody else say, that means you can go around my back and talk about me too.
Right.
Yep.
So people, I think people are fake when they want to get something from you too.
Oh no, I'm telling you.
When they want something from you, they
It's
know how to be
always-
fake.
There's always some form of intention behind it.
Right.
And what I don't like is the using of people because of things they need.
Right.
I don't like that.
Right.
To me, that's not living your authentic self.
Mm-mm.
And there's a lot of people
Making
here
people crutches.
in Atlanta do that. I'm telling you, I don't like that. And if this is one thing with me, you know, you might not do me anything, but if I see how you treating other people,
Right.
trust and believe I won't be messing with you no
Oh
more.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I guarantee what
Yeah.
you do to them, you're gonna do to me one day.
You got to have some level of morality about yourself. That's the way I feel.
There we go.
Especially
Ethics
in
and
business and everything. And I'm get money, but have some morals about how you do it. You know what I mean? You can't walk on people and step on people
Honey,
and use people.
People will sacrifice themselves to get
Right.
what they want.
Right. Yeah, I believe
And I've
that.
seen
And
it.
sacrifice other people.
And sacrifice other people too.
Yeah.
And don't care. And step on you
Yeah.
and backstab you to get what they want.
Absolutely.
So they can continue living their facade.
Right. And for the facade, not even for their real life.
For a facade.
So not for no real chick.
Nah, not for nothing real.
Yeah, I got yeah. So I know how I go because I got folks that done stuff to me at work just to get a route. Like, nigga, you ain't getting no extra hours for it.
Right.
Like, why lie and say I pull my bus over somewhere to get me off the route because you want it? You ain't getting no extra money for it.
Right.
Like, it'd be stupid stuff like that. Like, you ain't
Right.
got. I'm not saying you gotta have a reason to lie,
Right.
but damn, at least have one to lie.
Right.
At least
But
try
I'm
to make it
saying,
make sense.
Let us be a good one.
Right.
Why you sacrifice yourself
Right.
for lying?
Right.
Like,
And if you're a brave one, and I mean a brave one, and some people might say stupid, try living the truth. It's a hell of a ride.
Boy,
It's a hell of a ride.
it's too much.
Try
fun.
speaking the truth.
Boy.
I'm in your conversations when
We the
somebody
bad
asks
person.
you something.
We the bad person.
Speak
the
your
bad
damn
tell you
truth.
something. I go to
You know?
bed
Yeah.
at peace at night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you know you lived yourself
Peace.
today.
Exactly.
Because you know you been yourself a real
Exactly.
person all
Because
day.
I've always continuously been myself. And it's so
Exactly.
funny, you know, I was considered like the black sheep of my family because I'm so outspoken. Nobody likes to take me to reunions, you know, because I'm about to tell people about themselves.
You weren't allowed to go.
No.
No, serious. I was classified that way because she just gonna say
Right.
things, and then
Confrontational.
and then they take it as a negative thing. But don't bring things to me if you don't want to hear the truth.
Right.
You know, because
Right.
I've always been so outspoken.
Right.
Yeah, don't do that around Tanya.
Right.
You know, she's gonna put you on blast,
Right.
whatever. You
And
know,
see, when you
but-
speak your own truth, if you don't, you can't make the real adjustments to yourself.
exactly.
You can't fix what's wrong with you if
exactly,
you live in
because
a
you're not
lie.
gonna recognize
You
your,
won't recognize
your shortcomings. I know I have
Absolutely.
shortcomings.
Right.
I'm very aware of it.
Mhm.
But because I align myself with my authentic self, I'm able to recognize it and do something about it. And not only that, if someone tells me about some behavior of mine, I'm ready to receive it in good faith because I'm trying to live my authentic life.
What does that mean, Tanya? And I think definition of that will bring a lot of clarity to a lot of people.
Authentic
Being
life.
your authentic self means
Pull up the word authentic and see this. Let me see the explanation of authentic.
And it's living in the truth. We're going back, keeping it 100.
that's what
Living
it
in
is.
truth. I tell you what, if you live in your truth, you see how much freedom you have.
Mhm.
You see how things come to you a lot easier.
Mhm.
It will make yourself give you more clarity on your life path
Mhm.
and recognize your destiny and where you need to be and the people you surround yourself with. Because if you live in your authentic self, you can recognize things around you that is not good for you, including people, things, and places.
Mhm. Authentic
Yeah,
of undisputed origin.
Genuine.
genuine.
That's
Exactly.
serious. Undisputed origin.
Me,
Right.
I am not very it's very hard to influence me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
not a follower. I never have been from I was a child. You know, and I strive and even struggle sometimes to keep living in my truth because things and places and people come in my life and distract me sometimes. And if I'm not very grounded and in touch with my higher self, I could get myself in trouble.
And that is our spiritual responsibility to stay centered within our authentic
To
self.
recognize that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In my situation, a couple months back, I was able to remove myself from that situation. I'm so glad because now it has gotten worse.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Because I knew I was living in my truth. I recognized certain things and certain behaviors, and I know exactly when it's time for me to exit.
And you can feel certain
And I
things.
can, and I feel a certain way.
Some energies
and
you
I
can feel in
certain
your
things.
body.
Yeah.
You can feel it when you're around certain people.
go.
You feel in your body like, you know what, something is not right about this, and this is not something. And that's why I say it's important. We're not just screaming, oh, no, you got to know who you are, It's important for your survival. All of that is a part of who you are. You know, stop saying, oh, well, no, it ain't. No, it is.
Things will
That
come
is a part of
easy
what
to
God
you.
given your intuition, those feelings, those gut feelings. You know, something about
Use
old boy
them.
made me feel funny. Yeah, all
It
of that stuff
never
is real.
You know
lies.
what's so funny, man?
It never
let me tell you
lies.
It never
something.
lies.
I can know, for instance, I can walk into a stranger at racetrack, quick trip. And you're like, what's up, Disco? You know, we might not even we see eye to eye. When I see a man eye to eye, I'll always talk to speak. My grandfather always told me, I don't care if you see a stranger.
Right.
You see, if you make eye contact with a dude, speak. Because now you got him wondering
Right.
Yeah.
what's going on. Do you know me, partner? Why you staring at me?
Right.
So what I'm getting at is I can shake a dude hand I don't know and feel the authentic
Right.
Oh yeah.
passion
Exactly.
as my
You can feel
brotherhood
it.
Exactly. When you,
versus a cat just doing it just to do it and get gone.
right. Exactly.
I know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know it.
Because you're in touch with yourself.
Matter of
When
fact,
you're in touch with yourself, you can recognize
Yeah.
things
That
like
alignment is real.
Yeah,
that
that
alignment
is
is real,
real.
and how to find it is varied. You know, a lot of people tell you a lot of different ways, but there's definitely a path to that. I look at it like this,
I'm telling you,
and I say this to somebody earlier today. Religion make you look, and this was my experience, outside of yourself for God.
when
And
God is in you.
when God is in you. And that is the thing. And that's why I keep saying in this segment, the witness is with you. He's there. You know what I mean? So even when you having those bad thoughts and you feel bad for having those bad thoughts, why? Don't nobody know what you think.
Jay,
The witness is there.
prime example, bro. Go ahead.
Go ahead. And go ahead.
No, you finish that. I got some to tell you.
And those emotions tied to those thoughts are real. That's his calling back saying, hey, those thoughts you having are not in line
You
with
see,
what I created you for.
Yeah, and everybody goes through it because that's when I say I sometimes battle with it.
Right.
Let me tell you
Because
something about
I
authentic.
get some evil thoughts in my head sometimes when people do something to me, but I have to check myself
Hey,
and check myself quick.
Absolutely.
firecracker, check this out. Speaking of authentic, right? I'm going through some medical conditions, right? So I've been out of work since February. I got 190 people that work with me.
Okay.
190. And probably all of them know what's going on.
Right.
Right? So I pulled up I was coming here the other day and I seen one of my good friends get off the bus. So I pulled my car over. So mind you, I've been gone since February. My phone probably run from 4 people the whole time I've been out. So when I pulled my example about authentic, so I walked up to my homeboy who called me every day, check on me. All other buses started pulling over. And they tried to get off their bus and spoke to me. I ain't say nothing back. And my boy like, damn, this guy like, man, fuck them folk.
Right.
Like, now they gonna act like they give a damn about me?
Right.
I've been
Right.
out for 4 months, so you think I'm
Right.
finna do that old sellout ass?
Right.
Oh,
And you've
Disco,
been there
Ain't
for-
how
heard
you
from
been
nobody,
doing,
right,
bro?
right,
You've
right.
been working there for
Fuck outta
so
here.
long.
Right.
Yeah, and
Get
you've
the
been
fuck outta here,
working there
man.
for so long.
I tell
Right,
you, I tell you, here, Disco trip, man, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Right.
Like,
Right.
hey, my number ain't changed.
Right.
But you an old Disco
Right.
thing about
But
nigga,
now
get
you
the
want to
fuck
be a
outta
part
here.
of the big
Man,
pullover.
man,
You're right.
Whatever, man. Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here, dude.
Yeah.
Go drink some bleach, nigga, and ice. Like, come on, bro. You fucking serious?
Right.
But it be shit like that. Or you
Right.
see, be sometimes you see somebody in a long time.
Right.
Hey, man, I was just thinking about you, man. Get out of here,
Right.
dude.
Right.
Like,
But
my
see, you
number
know
ain't
what I do with
changed.
people like that, Disco? I relieve them of my expectations.
Yes.
I know you not real. I don't expect nothing from you.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
And
I
then
And I feel
and you can
so,
never
so
be
you pulling up
disappointed.
exactly. You'll never be
You'll
disappointed
never be
where there's no
disappointed.
expectation.
never,
I have no expectation of you, man.
Never.
That- You can't disappoint me again.
never again.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I get what you're saying, and you pulling up now. You know what I mean?
Because you see me talking to my best
Right.
friend out there.
Right.
Now you want to pull your bus, man, get the fuck
Right.
out of here, dude.
Right.
Like, come on, bro.
Right.
We
Right.
ain't doing that shit, homie.
And you know what, man? That's
So all you fake
unfortunately, it's a lot
motherfuckers,
of people.
all
like
you
that.
motherfuckers
Yeah,
at CC blank, y'all can kiss my ass.
See, I think they know who you're talking to. I think they know who you're talking to.
So,
I think you know who you're talking to. But keeping it real, everybody, we appreciate everybody that came in and partake on the conversation that listened. It may not have been a lot for you to say here tonight, but it may have been a lot for you to take with you. It's not where you are or where you start. It's what you do next. That's going to determine what happens for you next. So anybody, you can step back into your life and start speaking the truth. And if it fall, and this is the way I look at it, if it fall, it wasn't meant to be there. If it leave, it wasn't yours anyway.
Exactly.
But speak the truth of your life, because you living in your illusion and denial is as serious as you stepping out of a preordained path for your life. There is something that is on your path that God had put on your path, and for you to believe a lie and to live outside of truth is going to cause you to experience everything but that truth. So what we have to do is realign, and that's what I'm glad Tanya came. Tanya, thank you for sharing about the authentic self, because that is what we have to constantly align ourselves with. You know what's true. You know what's true. And you know when like I said, when you get ready to lie, you're the first person to know it. You're the first person to know when you're stepping out in a wrong vibe. Well, I may be wrong, but I'm still going, okay. Now you've acknowledged that you was wrong, but you still gonna take responsibility for this wrong action. There are, cause and effects and actions and reactions. But the thing that we wanted to focus in on tonight, and even on a personal level, on a broader level, I'm not pointing at you, saying that you're going to be real, because you being real in your world ain't going to make my world real. I got to stand up and be real in my own. And then a lot of the animosity and the jealousy and the stuff because look at Cain and Abel. It started way back in the beginning. Oh, well, he gave a half offering, and then when God acknowledged one of them offering, the other one killed him. He killed his brother because of jealousy, and he knew in his heart he hadn't done his best. So
because he wasn't being truthful.
Yeah, he wasn't being truthful. So we really, you guys, it really boils down to that. There's nothing that nobody can do, and you come from a religious background. People cannot pray you through your own desire and your own will. Even Christ, when he healed people, would ask them, will you be made whole? Okay, you have to take your active part in walking your authentic path. And that is for you to decide, today, I'm going to speak the truth. I've been lying about some situations. I've been lying to myself. Some of us lie about, the things that we do. We lie about our business. We lie about, the amount of effort that we put into the things that we do. We lie to ourselves and to keep ourselves out of success. Some of us lie to ourselves and saying, I'm doing everything I can to make it. And you're not. But you'll sit around and you'll be jealous and you'll be envious of somebody who really is.
Who's putting in the work.
Who's really putting in the work.
Yeah.
And see one thing real quick if I let y'all go.
Go ahead.
I'm a little different, man. I have no problem being around a bunch of successful people.
Mm-hmm.
Because people that know me know I'm going to find a way to get in.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problem saying the next man got way more than me.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? We finna talk.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying.
We finna talk.
Right.
There's nobody I've ever
talk,
been
partner.
jealous of or envious
We
of.
finna talk, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
We finna talk. Like
I love when people say, I learned.
Your dude came in 2 months ago, 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
The dude, the successful dude, bro.
Sean.
First I did get his phone number, bro. He a grown man, probably maybe a year younger than me,
right?
But balling, doing good. We got to talk, partner.
Right.
I'm not that
because
cat.
your spirit is good.
Right.
Because your spirit ain't good. That's not how you're going to think.
Exactly.
That's how I think. When I see a sister progressing way more than me, the first thing I want to know is how she get there.
Exactly.
Like, give me a page out of your book, sis.
Mm-hmm.
I want to align myself with that sister because I want to know. Give me something that I can take home with me that I can make better for my business.
Right.
You understand?
Not hate on her, not bash
on her.
on her.
That's always been my mentality.
Right. Build each other up.
I've never been jealous of no other woman, ever.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's not how I think.
Right.
So I was like, only when your spirit is good is when you do some evil stuff.
Right. I think that's why, like I was saying, once we get to the point where we can keep it 100 and not just, when it's convenient, all the time. Be a man. They got this text thing out. They say, be a man or be a woman, and file your taxes. And people been running. You have to be a man or to be a real woman to face truth and to walk in it. And it's really a decision, and if you've been lying about the thing, your life, it's going to be some separation. It's going to be some turbulence. Yes, some things are going to turn around. But then the things that belong in your life will begin to replenish themselves, So that was our focus on this week. We've been talking about a whole bunch of other stuff. we brought it to you tonight that to start with yourself. Start with the person in the mirror. We can talk, every day of the week, on this podcast. But until you decide to do what's right by the person in the mirror, we're just talking air. It's all air to you. So you need to, start with yourself. Start today, because the rest of your future depends on it. I want to thank Tanya again for being here with me tonight. I'm so glad she came on a very short notice, you guys. But I thank you. That's why it's good to have good friends.
I love my brothers.
I thank you for
I love
being
my
here.
brothers.
Appreciate Disco for his contribution on tonight. Everybody else, invite somebody to watch it, to check it out, and see if they can find themselves somewhere in between those lines. And look around in that society, and let's get back to keeping it 100. Yes. Thank you.